Okay, so I didn't make any vlogs in the weekend, so here's a recap. So Friday. So we started playing at maybe 4:30 p.m. which equals 16:30, and we recorded some stuff and we quit at maybe 1 a.m. which is at 1, and so that was only our Friday, and we got most of this stuff recorded on Friday. Then Saturday we had to go to work, so we started maybe at, was that like 5 p.m. which equals 17, and we recorded mainly a solo, and that's pretty much it. Well, maybe some vocals, and we quit at, was that like 2:30 a.m. So and our goal was to finish it by Saturday, and that obviously didn't happen. And Sunday we had time until 19 o'clock, which equals 7 p.m. We started at was that like 14 o'clock, which equals 2 p.m. We played the whole time, so that's 5 hours, and well, maybe not 5 hours, but still. So we thought we could handle that, we could finish it by then, but then shit happened and we didn't make it or finish it, and so that's like 20 hours of work in one weekend, and we still didn't quite get that right, and it's still not the best quality, but next Friday I think we can upload it. And if you want to go check out our last recordings, you can go and write Owen Owl to YouTube or Time Slave. Time Slave is our best song yet, so just listen to that. And yeah, that's pretty much our weekend, and that was quite unfortunate that we didn't finish that, but yeah. So now when we have spent 20 hours in the studio last weekend, I wanted to talk to you about some recording stuff and such. So my first tip is that do not loop everything. When you loop everything, you just cut your crashes off, maybe potentially, and when you loop your drums and then record just one bar of a guitar and loop that too, they start to drift apart and it sounds sloppy. So record as much as you can in one part so it sounds natural, and you don't even have to loop and do that kind of things that may be annoying or something. At least at least I don't like that part so much. And when you do that, it's so natural and it just sounds real. If the part is really long, you can divide it to maybe 1 or 2 pieces and loop it, but there's potential danger that you cut your grass, like it just disappears. And if you have hard drum fills in your drum pattern or drum track, then you can do those by themselves. But here's a great tip: when you have a drum fill, make it like you start from the comp before that, then play the fill, and then play some more after that. Then just cut the piece you need and then place it wherever you want it. That way it's way easier to put it closer than put that better in time with the other tracks. And then you get the crash from, if there's crash, you get that there, and it just doesn't cut off and disappear into some space, that kind of stuff. Now my second tip for you is to play to a metronome, and how you should maybe do this is by first record the simplistic version of your drum beat to a metronome, then let your guitarist or bass player play on top of that, so that's in time, and then just delete the first drum track and record in the top of that guitar track. That's pretty important. Well, not important and not necessary, but that may help you, because if you record them separate and you try to mix them together, you may have that problem that your drums are a little bit too late of the timing, and that causes that it sounds loose and sloppy and all that. So what I'm trying to say is that the drums should be ahead of guitar just a little bit. I will show you with a drawing if that helps. So let's get there. So let's say that you have your guitar track here. It's something like that, not even close, but still. And let's say your snare drum should be at this peak and or that point. So what I suggest you to do is not to play right to that or try to mix it right to the point. Mix it like, let's zoom a little bit, and let's say that here is the guitar, and what I want you to do is to place the snare drum like just a little bit before that guitar, so it sounds tight and it's not it doesn't sound like it would have been just mixed together and and that kind of stuff. So it sounds natural and like you would have played it live to that recording, and it just doesn't sound like a machine or something. Oh, conclusion. My conclusion for this is that if you could play the entire song as a band together and just record that in one piece, it would be great. That would be the best way to record, but I can say that I'm not good enough for that, and recording like that can frustrate, I know, because we have done that and it wasn't quite good. Well, if you go and listen to our songs, you hear that there are major, well, not major, but some minor mistakes that we just after the 100th time trying to record, we just ignore and say that's good enough. So just try to, it has to sound natural and like you really would have played that, and just not some drum beat taken online and just looping guitar on top of that. So natural is everything. By natural I mean like if you go and listen to Led Zeppelin or something like that, that sounds natural. And even in my opinion, the new metal and rock recordings, they just sound so, they sound awesome, but it's just that I know that they are looped mainly and mixed together from 1,000 pieces. So that's pretty much it. Just be natural and you'll be okay. And go see our band. We will have our new song by Friday, I hope. So look forward into that. Someday I will build something somewhat great phone stand right here. So it will be great to have phone here, and yeah, it will be great. Well, that was my year's first run, and it's pretty cold, but it's pretty. But here's a pro tip for you runners who run in the cold. I think you know this, but breathe in as much as you can through your nose. It's gonna warm up the air and your throat is not gonna hurt as you run.